Hello everybody and welcome back to Final Fantasy! Hi, I'm Rufal, playing this game for you. Woo! Decided that we should come do the Earthgift Shrine because if we don't, then the primary loots to be found here will fade away into obscurity and uselessness. So, we should. The stink went away, so I took a peek inside. It was lipping over with gruesome monsters. I'd stay out if I were ye. Yeah, well, you're not me. I am stupidly brave. Haha! But the major trick of this place is that, it's only 5 levels deep, and it does come populated with its own brand of monsters. However, the 5th level is where we'll find the bosses to speak of. The other 4 levels will come at us in a random order, and the treasures to be found on these levels are determined by what floor the box is on. Simple enough. However, that does mean that if you want certain treasures, you need certain combinations of rooms, and you need these rooms to have the correct boxes in them. There's a very comprehensive guide on game aim FAQs. I'd recommend just referencing that. But the major point of note is that in order to have the chance of getting the 2 items that I want most out of this place, the Black Cowl and the Elven Cloak, I will want the first 2 levels to be caves like this. So here goes everything. Don't. Right. Oh, we've landed in the endless desert. There are jerky monsters. Catoblepas, they have a stone gaze. Or there's also another monster around here called the Abyss Worm, which it's a boss in its own right. So if you run into one of those, either run like a rabbit or take it extremely seriously. Woo! And there's the Kenpogi, because this is technically box 4. Get rid of the corruption. But since we found a box, and I've identified which one it is, we can use that to find our way to the exit. Get these desert feeds out of the way. Oh yes, another thing I did put on a couple of levels. About 4 levels since last time. That's majorly what I did was I went back to the ice cave and used the set encounter with the Arctic wolves to get a hold of more ice shields. So in short, Rufal and Useless are both equipped with ice shields. And normally on this floor, you need to just find these tree formations and then follow the arrows. Incidentally, box number 3 would be here. Now, since this is the 2nd floor of the cave, there will only be 2 boxes. However, the desert and the other not cave level are the only ones that can have 4 boxes. So, the major loots to be gained can only be found on these 2 floors. The Kenpogi we picked up, that is a armor specific for monks and martial arts masters. In that, they can wear it without losing their unarmored bonuses. Next to these trees, where you can see the grass seem to clip, is where box number 2 would be. Since that's not there, I know that the only box left would be box number 1. Something different at least. The other major problem with these Soul of Chaos dungeons, where they have random encounters, the encounters come strong and fierce. Alright, north of the stairs. for box number 1. Aha! Just for the sake of reiteration, box number 1 is due north of the stairs. Box number 3 is due south of the stairs. For box number 2, get the stairs to about that position and head off to the east. For box number 4, get box 3 into this sort of position and head west. It's a very handy thing to know, especially since our starting point can be anywhere. Ah. Well, this is the other floor that can have 4 boxes. And it comes with things to get on our way, in the form of these guards, basically. Essentially, they're just random encounters. This would be box 1. I'm hoping to identify a box gone missing so that I can assure myself of box 4. Soldiers! Because if we can find box 4, then that will be the Black Cowl, which is a excellent helmet for a ninja. Alright. Follow along the bottom for now. Nothing up past that guy. Which is why he will be ignored. Out of the way, punks. Yeah, we are technically overgeared for this place. So what? I don't know how those encounters are ambushing me. I'm talking to the guy. Aha! There's not a box up there, so that means that the Black Cowl is ours. Or at least it's mine. A bit of practice to begin to figure out what to look for. Alright, just head north. Keep going north. Aha! There's box 4. I suppose I didn't actually clearly iterate. For the Earthgift Shrine, floors 1 and 2 can only have 2 chests. Floor 3 can have 3, and floor 4 can have up to 4. But, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that, some level layouts only support for less boxes, namely caves. In fact, the first cave level we ran into, that one supported up to 3 boxes, but there were only 2 because it was level 1. Hooray! It's better than the Mithril helmet in every way! And he's the only one who can equip it. No one can use the Kenpogi, because only the monk can. Sadly, the floor I've got left, number 4, that is the level which can only have 2 boxes. Of course, there's an upside. That level is absurdly straightforward and direct. What I wouldn't give for a battle system like, say, Earthbound, where if you overpower the enemies, then the game just auto-completes the fight without even dragging you into it. Granted, that game also has a proper initiative order and such, so turn order is not random. But I digress. Why aren't we there yet? Because we have a potion. Aha. Stay out of my way, punk. Almost there. Yay! The gravestone up there didn't say anything, by the way, just in case you're curious. Alright. Now onto the simple cave. There's our boxes. On a trivial note, this particular cave layout is the tutorial dungeon for Final Fantasy III. And in fact, the other, similar cavern was the second floor of that same cave. But we have reached the bottom, where now we get to choose our bosses. And these particular bosses are from the end game of Final Fantasy III. Which, well, I'll show off all of them, but the two that I've run into in the room to the south, that was Echidna. This one is Ahriman. In that box is a Mega Elixir. Good stuff. But Echidna and Ahriman are especially dangerous because they like to just spam the Quake spell. Apparently I have to walk all the way back. Meanwhile, over here, we'll get back to that door. Oh yes, Echidna, when you defeat him, he drops an X potion, and Ahriman drops a Dry Ether. So, full health heal and full magic restoration. This one here is the Two-Headed Dragon. He drops the Bard's Tunic. Bard's Tunic is, it's lesser armor than what we've got, but that's just because the Ruby Armlet is incredibly powerful. But the Bard's Tunic also prevents silence. And here we have Cerberus, who we will actually do battle with. Cerberus has the only worthwhile thing to come in here for. At least for my group at this point. Yay, we made it to the depths. And our journey ends here. Supposedly. No, this guy will wreck our faces if we aren't careful. How do we be careful about it? Now, by not letting him wreck our faces? No, we get to actually do some serious boss battle prep. Ow! And that is a harsh opening. Jerk. Alright. Just gonna have to do this a little differently from how I wanted to do this. But, Talent, you need to make sure you don't die. You specifically. Because all the bosses in these Soul of Chaos dungeons... Bother. Bosses in Soul of Chaos dungeons do not award experience. So you don't have to be This has just gone horribly wrong. And there's not much I can do to stop it. The bosses in Soul of Chaos dungeons don't award experience, so if you have an OCD like I do and need to keep all of your characters at the same experience count, then you don't have to worry too much about it. Another thing unique to the Soul of Chaos dungeons: getting completely defeated is not a game over. We just get kicked out to the entrance, so there's only one hit point left. So, I'll be right back. Yeah. There's the most worthwhile thing to come in here for. Aha! The Elven Cloak is the best shield in the game for your magic casters. Specifically, your wizards. It stacks up. It's actually better than a mithril shield, but not better than ice shields. However, it also increases agility and intelligence. So, coming into this place multiple times to farm those is well worth your time. However, they only appear on the 4th floor, and they must be in the 4th box. So you'll only get it if your 4th floor is the desert or the forest. Now back to reaching those bosses.